Welcome on back, everybody, to another episode of Comic Conquest. We're here. It's the end.
It's the finale.
The finale of Kenobi. An anticipated show for me, not so much for you as we went over. And it was a finale.
It sure did, yeah, no, he said the thing.
Yeah, he said the thing. A lot of people say the thing this episode.
Yeah.
First off, I'll just say, last episode I said I thought it was going to be an hour and a half, like that was the leak time. It was all fake.
Yeah.
It was a lie.
Yeah.
And this was the longest episode, though, I believe.
It was, and you know what? I was talking to someone else about it. I was like, man, you know what I'd be happy with if it was like 10 minutes they set up, and then like the rest of it is just a big battle. And it kind of was that, but almost not.
Yeah.
Less.
I mean, we'll just hop straight into it, right? Kenobi.
Yeah, Kenobi.
They're getting blasted by the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a New Hope reference with the Star Destroyer. Star Destroyer.
Chasing the...
And the rebel ship.
The Pack.
Yeah, whatever. Who fucking cares?
And then they're like, we could only last for so long.
Kenobi's like, I'll just run away.
Dude, I was like, dude, to be completely honest, I was like, oh wow. The hyperdrive's out, oh no. Like, the stakes just weren't there for me.
I know, I'm like,
But that, yeah.
And it's gonna be fine. Like, I know you guys don't get fucking blown up.
And then Kenobi like splits off, and Vader and the Grand Inquisitor stay. By the way, the Inquisitor wears a cape now. I guess he did it the first episode, but like he just got that cape.
He's like, well, when he's around Lord Vader, he's like, I got a cape.
Yeah, true. And he's like,
you got the drip.
He's like, we gotta chase him, and then Vader's like, no. Kenobi.
And the Grand Inquisitor was like, but it's
Kenobi.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sounds good, boss.
And then they go after Kenobi.
And then we never see Grand
Inquisitor for the rest of the time.
He just, I don't know, fucks off.
And I honestly, like...
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then Reva's on Tatooine. How'd she get there that fast? Who the fuck knows? Who cares? Not me.
Why is she trying to get Luke? I don't know.
I don't know. Bail Organa said something about this.
Yeah, but Vader like spit in her face. Like, how did she heal?
Fucking anger. Again, like I said, Qui-Gon's
a bitch. Anyway.
Kenobi goes to some rock planet, and Darth Vader shows up.
It honestly looked like we're adding Fire Lord Ozai. A little bit.
It did, you know what? It had some of that feeling with the like pillars and shit, and but not as epic.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So Vader's like, I will go alone, and you're like,
it's like, hey. Fuck it up, my guy.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And he flies down there, and Kenobi's like,
Vader, blah blah blah. I guess
he says the line. He says a bunch of lines for Revenge of the Sith.
You were my brother.
And he's like, you could have. No, he doesn't say that. But anyway, they like start throwing hands or whatever, and he's kind of just taking him now. Like, he's better than he was in episode 3.
Yeah. He does the Kenobi stance.
Yeah, he does the Kenobi. He does the thing.
The Ewan McGregor stance. Yeah. He hasn't transitioned to the Alec Guinness stance.
And then he, like, fights Vader. And then Vader throws him in a pit. And you're like, oh. And Vader's like, that's it. Like a fucking
It had
idiot.
Kenobi at the bottom of a pit and Vader at the top. I was like, do it, say it. There was no high ground!
No, he didn't say
He had the high ground and he wouldn't go.
And then you're like, Kenobi's dead. You're like, no, he's not, guys. And he's, of course, like, force pushing rocks. And this is the part where people get a little upset, I guess, is when Kenobi starts to dominate in this fight, of course. And he pushes up the rocks and he goes. And it's actually kind of a cool scene, right? Where he's like...
I gotta be honest, the entire fight I did like.
The coordination was way better than the best coordination for this series, I think.
The choreography was really good.
Great. That moment where like Kenobi's like hitting with the blunt, like the handle of the lightsaber.
eating the
The
chest
long
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was smart. I liked it. A little
You
uncivilized.
get more of the battle tactics, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not fighting just with the blade, he's fighting with his whole surroundings and
Yeah.
tools.
He was in a war. He knows how to fight.
And then he was like throwing the rocks. And then they copy good Star Wars again and they're like and then you see they do it, it's literally just out of Rebels. Like he's
just
like
the other side. But you know what? They did. They also explain why Vader has a cut on the top left of his head.
oh, I guess you're right. Yeah,
Because I've always been like, the fuck happened? Because like he gets burned, but he never gets cut up here. But now he has a big gash. Like if you look at the original trilogy, when you see Vader, he's just got a big old gash. Now he does. Kenobi really just fucks this guy up.
This guy,
Without-
Kenobi takes everything.
He
from this
could
guy.
have. This is the second time he could have killed Vader, and he was just like, "Nah, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
leave you mortally
I don't-
scarred again.
I-
Fuck you."
Of course, we get that scene, and this is like, it gets a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say campy, but like, it was like,
My brother truly is dead.
yeah.
You know what would have been better instead of like Kenobi just walking away, leaving Vader alive, because he said he was gonna end it. Like Kenobi's like,
He
I
literally
will-
says,
I
I'm
will-
going to go end this.
going
One of
to-
us is going to die.
Well, yeah, and then he's like, "Nah, you're beat." You know what would be better is if the Inquisitor and Fifth Brother jumped out, and Kenobi's like, "Fuck, I don't know."
Well, I guess, like, people are like, well, he said he was going to kill Anakin.
Yeah, I mean, you know-
and Anakin's dead.
Yeah, I sure.
And we do get him say, because in The New Hope, Alec Guinness doesn't call him Vader, he calls him Darth.
Yeah.
And then when
Vader
Kenobi's walking
killed
away,
your
he says,
father.
Darth.
Yeah,
Goodbye, Darth.
But like again, I feel like having a reason why Obi-Wan left Vader instead of not just like fucking murdering him, because that's what should have happened.
Yeah.
Like having the Inquisitors jump out.
Or like, yeah, the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, just
flying
like
out
the
of
three Inquisitors jump out because like the Fifth Brother fucks off. That Inquisitor that was just happy to be included
Yeah.
is never seen again. And I feel like, well, you got this big actor. This will come back to a point that I have later.
I think we have a similar point.
Probably.
And there's also a moment where people are like, how does Kenobi get so strong at the end? He was getting his ass beat. And guys, they show you why. Like, they flash him, his connection to, like, save Leia.
Yeah, he's...
And the way I interpret it, right, is why is he the strongest you've ever seen him? Is because the Jedi aren't supposed to embrace love and stuff. And then he starts like, he's like, fuck, I love that kid.
Yeah, he found a reason to fight. He
Yeah.
didn't have one. He was a broken guy who didn't have a reason to...
And he embraces like his emotions, which is like very anti-Jedi.
Well, there's also a theory that Luke is able to be the best Jedi due to the fact that he had a childhood.
Yeah.
And
true.
that wasn't like told from like 3 years old. No.
No.
You can't feel anything.
No
leading,
attachment.
leading to a society of suppressed fucking degenerates that are like, no, this is the only way we can do things. And which was why they couldn't detect a fucking Sith Lord like next to them. Like, oh, what's up, my guy? Like, he's evil. So that's the theory, that Luke was a good Jedi because, you know, fuck.
Or was he? Because of The Last Jedi.
Shut the fuck up!
He's a degenerate. Exactly.
We don't talk about that.
But it was cool, I guess. And then, like, honestly, Reva the whole time, like,
Reva's...
I will say the whole, like, benefit of that whole Reva thing, which there's not a lot, but, like, Uncle Owen is actually kind of cool.
Uncle Owen gets some cool bits.
Yeah.
Like, you see why he was chosen to, like, hold the... And Beru gets something,
And then Luke says the line, he goes, I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid of you. She's like, fuck off. He's like, oh, and then falls and hits his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then why doesn't Reva kill Luke? Because she doesn't want to be Vader. Because she's not a child killer, I guess. You know what? Fair play. Murdering children's pretty bad.
That's not cool,
That's
guys.
kind of fucked up,
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, that's basically... Oh, I guess and then at the end, Obi-Wan shows up in his original drip.
Yeah, he's got the Alec Guinness.
No, he has the beige robe from
Oh,
Revenge of the
is
Sith.
it? I don't remember. It
It's
didn't
the-
have any burns on it. Though.
Yeah. Well, it's not the original one. I just assume it's like similar.
You know, it was in his closet. He brought.
You imagine it's like fucking just Mustafar dirt all over it. He's like,
yes, this is proper.
but he
He's
goes
riding, he goes to meet Luke.
and then he goes to like I imagine he's leaving the cave to get his little hut in A New Hope, right?
Yeah, probably. He's not being a cave dweller.
Yeah.
Anymore.
And then he's like, and then Elton's like, this was actually kind of sweet. He's like, you wanna meet him?
You wanna meet the kid, and you just see Kenobi go, oh, yes.
And he brings a little toy from A New Hope.
He brings a toy, and you know what the fuck he says? He goes, hello there. And I was like, yes, let that be his last line. And then it wasn't.
Which I'm glad it kind of wasn't because we get to see Liam Neeson, which not enough Liam Neeson. Honestly.
Yeah, Liam Neeson shows up just like we all thought. He goes, you weren't ready to. I can't do whatever.
He was like, you weren't ready. I was here the whole time.
He's like, I was fucking here. You just weren't ready to see me. And I'm sure Kenobi was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude? I asked for your help, and you didn't want to be like, use the Force. Like even Obi Wan in A New Hope was able to like whisper to Luke. But you know what Qui-Gon did? Qui-Gon's a bitch.
That's what we realized from this whole series. I love Liam Neeson. I feel like it would have been cool to see more of him.
Yeah. I feel like seeing him and Anakin in the distance, like doing more of that stuff where Kenobi's like hallucinating and you see like Liam Neeson up off in the distance where he turns around.
That would have been cool.
Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it.
That's it for the breakdown.
Yeah.
Review. Series review. I don't know why I did that. I always imagine like a graphic following my hand, but fuck
the
that.
more you know.
Yeah. What? I'm not. Nobody's into that shit. Review.
If we're being honest.
Wait. Is it better than the Book of Boba Fett? Taking the Boba Fett off of like the number scale we have, like just going.
I don't even remember. What did we give Boba Fett?
I don't fucking remember. It must have been like 8 because we were like Boba Fett.
Honestly, if we're reviewing Boba Fett now, like it's probably like a 7 at most.
Yeah. Retroactive review. I put this 7.5.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I hate to say it. I was bored.
I was too. That's why I was
bored
like,
in the middle.
I was like, this is a 7 at most, maybe 6.5.
I only was like psyched when Vader showed up because Vader never
Vader's
disappointed.
He's
he
gassed.
fucking obliterated anything.
And you
everything.
you could argue that like I wanted to see him kill more Inquisitors. Like I wanted him to be.
Yeah.
He just didn't have enough rage. Also, at the end, the voice thing was so weird where they're like.
Going between
Hayden
and
I thought they were like you should just combine them.
I mean that's a couple points they do, but I guess that's just supposed to show you like I don't know, like waveringness of Anakin.
I don't know. I to me this show I said before was like an easy slam dunk, and I felt like
it could have been, yeah.
Yeah, like it's easy slam dunk. The lore is written, and Disney, as they do, they don't want the old good lore and they throw it out.
Refuse
and
stuff.
Yeah, and they like slipped at the hoop. Like I don't know what to say. I was so excited for this. I'm such a huge Ewan McGregor fan. I still am. I think he does great in this.
I think it was fantastic. His bits were great.
Yeah, but like there's just some core elements in the writing that I think we've mentioned in previous episodes that were just missing for me.
Yeah.
I will say the lightsaber effects were stunning.
Yeah.
I love lightsaber effects. I love, there's a lot of stuff I love, but there's also a lot of stuff I was like, why is this here?
Yeah. The path, I think that could have worked for like not as much. I think having it just kind of be something that you don't explain, you don't really go into, you have it as like.
You could just assume they're rebels.
Yeah, you assume like you allude to the fact that like they're gonna be rebels. Like again, you have what Kenobi says to that one guy at the end, like don't stop leading, as he like thanks him to get off, but you don't really focus on them. Like you just kind of use it to progress the story.
And for an Obi Wan show, I felt like I didn't get enough Obi Wan.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say Leia, phenomenal.
She was great.
I loved little Leia. And at the end, it was sweet. She says Anakin's line. This is, by the way, I don't know, like, she goes, will I ever see you again? Like Anakin and Phantom Menace. And next time Anakin saw his mom, she was dead. And next time Leia sees Kenobi, at least unless there's a season 2 where he goes and then saves her 17 more times. And the next time Obi-Wan sees Leia, he dies.
Yeah.
So
it's like poetry. But one of my big points that I alluded to before is I feel like stuff got cut out or ideas were cut out and never like properly sewn back up. Like I feel like Reva was a big idea that then got like not idea'd. Same thing with like all the Inquisitors. I feel like there were two. It's like almost kind of like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, where there was just so many ideas that they wanted to do.
like they showed,
and then they did a little bit of everything, and then just kind of like focused on the parts where it's like you didn't. Why did you do?
Yeah, I was just like, it's missing something for me. Like,
yeah, and I started to notice this with Book of Boba Fett too. Like there was something missing. Like there was a core element that I feel like was missing that the Mandalorian had. Like a complete. Yeah. Even though people say like, "Oh, Mandalorian has so much filler," yeah, but fuck you. You know what? It's great filler. It's good Star Wars.
They also tried to copy great Star Wars, and then I don't know. Like there was some ideas there that I thought were cool, but you know, you could always try to create new Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said,
predictions, because we have to have this segment. I think Ahsoka, focusing on the future ones, I think the Cassian Andor series is going to be, for some reason, really good because nobody gives a shit about it.
You know what? I hope it's good, but my expectations, 0.
Exactly. I think everyone's expectations are really low, so like Disney was like, fuck it, I don't really care, and so they got more freedom than like something with Kenobi, so it's actually going to be oddly good. I also think Ahsoka has the possibility of struggling with this too, since Disney's going to be like, hey, Ahsoka's pretty popular, you gotta fucking do this right. Hey, no, you can't do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if Dave Filoni's at the helm of that. I trust Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
I just don't think Dave Filoni read the script, or Jon Favreau, for a matter of fact, read these scripts.
Probably not.
Because there are some like major plot holes where you're like, Bail Organa's not leaking all this shit. And this one smuggler guy, where his job is to keep things safe and smuggle them to somewhere else, is not accidentally dropping this.
Yeah, nah. And also, by the way, while we were talking about the guy, that fucking lightsaber handoff meant nothing.
Nothing. I don't know why it was there, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what else? I don't know. I'm hoping that the Acolyte is very free, since they, in canon, haven't really touched upon the New Republic, so they can really...
I mean, do you want a season 2 of this?
No.
I honestly...
If it's gonna be like this, unless they have such a solid idea that is so Kenobi focused and you really just allude to Vader, I think dialing it back and focusing more on Kenobi, like, I don't know.
Training? I don't know. I would do a Vader show.
Yeah, exactly. Unless it's like solely Kenobi focused or solely Vader focused, I don't think you can really have the two and not give them like a full movie.
Yeah. What else is coming out for Star Wars? I don't even know. There's nothing really. Oh, I don't know. Like, they didn't show Cal.
Yeah, there was so many points where mentioning Cal was perfect. Like
so easy. Easy points for a lot of Star Wars fans.
Like you wrote it in. You were there, but they didn't. So yeah, a little disappointing, but it
was enjoyable though.
It was enjoyable. It's still quality.
Yeah,
to a capacity.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's still like very watchable. Like I might go back and watch that again. Like certain parts of that for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I don't know what to say besides that.
Yeah. Should have been more character study focused. But that's about it. Yeah, thanks guys for watching these videos. Next week, it's a little bit up in air. I think we might, depending on him, We might do Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Or I'll just do it.
Yeah. There's definitely a boys video coming.
The Boys, yeah, The Boys is fucking popping off.
It's really
Good
good.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know if there's anything you want us to talk about.
Like, comment, subscribe.
We'll see you
Next
next
week.
time.